GNU partners will meet to outline government's main priorities for 2025. It comes at a time where South Africa will host the most industrialized countries of the world, the G20, later this year. GNU partners will have to put their differences aside amidst tensions over the various bills such as the NHI, Bella and expropriation that President Cyril Ramaphosa has signed into law. Despite the legal action threatened by GNU partners over some acts, the DA has raised an objection invoking Section 19 of the GNU Statement of Intent.
One is expecting that perhaps they need to come to a point where they, identify ways in which they can resolve these tensions, because it is in all their best interest not to, disintegrate, or for the relationship not to disintegrate. It is all in their best interest so that they can find ways of ensuring that, they survive their differences, because what is important is for government to have coherence. What is important is, for them to come up with policy priorities that are going to take, advance the country going forward, as we are anticipating, that, by 2027 we might come out of junk status, as it was, said after the successful presentation made by South Africa at the recent World Economic Forum in Davos, Switzerland. So we, are at a point where we need that they become, sober-minded, level-headed, and come to some agreements of addressing their differences and not, threaten the work that has, been done since they came into the 7th administration and going forward, so that, our economic realities, would turn around.
The uppermost priorities for the ANC at the Lekgotla, other than strengthening the economy, is to address the triple challenges of poverty, unemployment and inequality, energy security, as well as building a capable, ethical and developmental state.
Also to focus on addressing the basic needs of our people, where they live, and also address the needs of our people as they face them in health, in education, as well as in their own safety. We said when we launched our January 8th statement in Khayelitsha that because we have not yet attained the society laid out in the Freedom Charter, and because of the persistence of racism, patriarchy, inequality and economic exclusion, the ANC must continue the struggle to advance the national democratic revolution.
On the other hand, says the finalization of the medium-term development plan needs to be prioritized and insists on further consultations around the NHI in its current form.
To finalize the medium-term development plan, which will inform the budget, and the budget informs government's program of action. Our submission to the President was clear around what we believe are concrete alternatives where we can find common ground on achieving universal access to basic health care for all South Africans, regardless of their income or geography. And we will certainly be moving within the MDTP process to ensure that those submissions are aired and listened to. However, if there's an insistence that without any further consultation, NHI in its current form, including the targets it set out to collapse private medical health care and remove tax credits for medical aid, will not be tolerated.
For the PAC, it will push on matters of land reform by initiating a process of introducing a bill on land restoration, the payment of reparations.
As we look ahead, the PAC encourages the Minister to propose policy alternatives that include initiating a bill on land restoration and the payment of reparations towards land restitution. The PAC open door policy has led to conversations with a wide variety of social movements and interest groups to begin and sustainable national dialogue for the people to resolve their own problems.
There's said to be a major test for GNU partners to see whether common ground will be found amongst them. The Lekgotla will take place on Wednesday and Thursday in Pretoria. Natasha Piri, SABC News, Johannesburg.